June 12, 2025. At Ahmedabad's bustling international airport, Air India Flight 171 stood ready for its journey to London. The aircraft, a state-of-the-art Boeing 787 Dreamliner, was filled with 230 passengers and 12 crew members. Families on vacation, professionals on business, each with a story. In just a few hours, they were scheduled to land at Gatwick Airport. But this routine flight would never reach its destination. It would end just moments after it began, in one of the most shocking aviation disasters in recent memory. At 1:38 p.m. local time, under clear skies, Air India 171 was cleared for takeoff. The pilots, with thousands of hours of combined experience, guided the Dreamliner onto runway 23. Inside, the 242 souls on board would have felt the familiar surge of acceleration as the Rolls-Royce engines spooled to maximum thrust. Everything appeared normal. The aircraft lifted gracefully from the runway, its landing gear retracting as it began to climb. For a few brief moments, it was a perfect picture of modern air travel. But the picture was tragically wrong. Flight data shows that just 5 minutes after departure, something catastrophic occurred. Air India 171 stopped climbing. It never went higher than 625 feet. Eyewitnesses on the ground and passengers at the airport noticed the jet flying perilously low. Video captured in its final moments shows the aircraft in an unusual attitude. Its gear was still down, but it seemed to lack the power to climb. A mayday call was made, signaling a dire emergency in the cockpit. But then silence. The aircraft was no longer responding to air traffic control. Losing its battle with gravity, the fully fueled Boeing 787 descended over the Meganinagar area of Ahmedabad. It skimmed over rooftops before crashing directly into a residential building, a hostel for the BJ Medical College. The impact was devastating. The jet, loaded with fuel for the long-haul flight to London, exploded, engulfing the building in a massive fire. Debris was scattered across a wide area. For the people on the plane and many on the ground, there was no time to react. The final toll was staggering. 241 of the 242 people on board were killed. On the ground, the tragedy was compounded, with at least 5 medical students and several others losing their lives in the impacted building. The victims were a cross-section of the world: 169 Indian nationals, 53 from Britain, 7 from Portugal, and 1 from Canada. But amidst the unimaginable loss, a story of survival emerged that can only be described as a miracle. A British national named Vishwas Kumar Ramesh, sitting in seat 11A, was thrown from the fuselage on impact. He regained consciousness amidst the chaos, and despite his injuries, managed to walk away from the burning wreckage. He remains the sole survivor of Air India Flight 171. So, what happened in the sky over Ahmedabad? As of today, the investigation is in its earliest stages, led by India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, with support from the US, NTSB, and Boeing. The crucial digital flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder have been recovered from the site. These black boxes hold the key, containing thousands of parameters of flight data and the final conversations between the pilots. Aviation analysts have noted from videos that the aircraft's configuration was unusual for that phase of flight. But stress, it's too early for conclusions. Investigators will meticulously analyze the data, the wreckage, and the aircraft's maintenance history to answer the critical questions. Was it a mechanical failure, An issue with the engines, a problem with the flight controls, or another factor entirely? The crash of Air India Flight 171 is a horrific reminder of the fragility of life and the immense responsibility that rests on the aviation industry. For the families of 241 victims, the search for answers is paramount. For investigators, the mission is clear. Find out what went wrong, so that a tragedy like this may never happen again. Thank you for watching. If you found this explanation informative, please like this video and subscribe for more in-depth analyses of aviation events. Our thoughts are with all those affected by this tragedy.